your comments on presidential election case. Afenifere tells Ohanaeze Scribe, not the news info. The Pan-Yoruba Socio-Political Organization Afenifere on Sunday cautioned the Factional Secretary General of Ohanaeze, Mr. Okechukwu Ozigozoro, over his purported comment on the presidential election petition court handling. Afenifere, in a statement by the organization's National Publicity Secretary, Comrade Jare Ajayi, accused Mr. Ozigozoro of engaging in unnecessary excitement by allegedly preempting the tribunal handling the cases arising from the February 25th, 2023 presidential election. The group pointed out that there was no basis for anyone to be hiding under the guise of freedom of expression to engage in excitement bordering on both treason and contempt of the court. It stated that apart from constituting and intimidating of the judiciary, this statement credited to Mr. Ozigozoro is exciting, saying everyone knows that the only means of changing government no to law is through the ballot box. He added, this is not just constitutional provision in Nigeria, it is also the norms in all countries that hold the right of the people to determine who govern them as sacrosanct. Ozigozoro, in his statement, had asserted that the interpretation of the constitutional requirement for a presidential candidate to win 25% of two-thirds of the state and the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) Abuja is a crucial issue that the judiciary must address. We emphasize the consequences of an erroneous judgment in light of recent events such as the Nigerian military coup. It said rather. Afenifere added, this statement is too weighty not to be challenged because of its far-reaching implications. In the first place, the issue of FCT status, on which there was already a judicial pronouncement, is also one of the issues before the tribunal presently. Secondly, even if a party in a political case consider the judgment of tribunal or court as erroneous, the option is not to call for military takeover, as the law clearly provides room for proceeding to the appellate court. Thus, Ozigozoro's position, among other things, contravenes Section 133 of the Criminal Code Act in Nigeria. The code in subsection 4 says that a person is in contempt of the court if, while a judicial proceeding is pending, makes use of any speech or writing misrepresenting such proceeding. Not be small thing there for my listeners out there, what will be your take on the issue at hand? Mind your comment on presidential election case. Afenifere tells Ohanaeze Scribe. Please react to that. If I should do so, believe, do justice to every of your reactions. Without the various opinion, you're already popping in from the comment section. The first one is from Kule say, I don't know why they are talking, or rather taking election laws too far, knowing fully well that you can't win alone. Winning your region does not mean you have won the election, because other regions are there to win also. Very, very sure you cannot win in the north, which your region did not align with. You continue to lose, or rather lost, until you relate and negotiate with other tribes or regions. But even when they're not win for north safe, at least they go see shared some of the votes. I say they go, Abi. Then from Adamu, say Yoruba, by all standard, I have observed that your ethnocentrism is second to none. Okay. Then from there, Olisa, I say the man has to be cautioned because gradually their intention are manifesting, because we have never had such bitterness in electoral contest in the country. The notion that It must be Obi or nobody else in the light of the fact that they fail even produce their score in the court, except that they wanted through the back to have another election through which they think they can redeem their failed image of loss of the presidential election, ticket rather. Why this thing be like this? The thing, the INEC sef, they not gree follow the due process now. The level of electoral irregularity in the presidential election was just too much. I expect the INEC chairman to cancel that election even before the governorship election. But they not cancel am. They still went ahead to conduct governorship election. That's why they do something. A lot of things actually went wrong in the presidential election. And that be the main election sef. E ignore am, e just assume as not be anything because e get wetin we wan achieve. What rubbish is kind be that one? That the rubbish is, in fact, that kind of rubbish is at what? The highest order. You can imagine. Not only you get the country of about more than 40 million people. Now you do as if now you put your pocket out for your pocket. No, don't do something like that. You have to do something in such a way that will be commendable. Then from the person of Marco Harry says, in fact, Fenifere should be emulated by other sociocultural groups for the mature and neutral way it has been committing before and after the election. It is led by real leaders, even when pushed to toe the tribal line. It refused vehemently. Okay, that is much. I think all this now we are wrapping it. Please endeavor to subscribe to this channel and also ensure that you share the very news to social media platforms as you do so believe the Almighty God will do the very need for your life. Bye bye.